feel robbed. I feel robbed. This was sudden for me. It wasn't planned, you know. I'm in pain every day. I miss her. I miss her every day. She was only 3 years old, you know, when she died a very painful death. I wonder every day what amount of pain she went through before she ultimately passed on. It's been really, really hard on me. It's almost 2 years, but it's not getting better.
Pain, anger, and guilt are just some of the emotions that Makgetu Phedwe feels since the tragic passing of her 3-year-old daughter. Delu Unalerona Motlhala was hit by EMPD cop who was speeding to get to a protest march in Vosloorus, Benoni. 2 years on, Phedwe still reels in agony, longing for her daughter's killer to be put behind bars.
I want justice to prevail. I want him to serve his time and be punished for what he did. He took my daughter's life. I carried her for 9 months. I nurtured her. I loved her. You know, she was my daughter. I was her mother, you know. I comforted her when she cried, when she was upset. You know, we bonded. We had a relationship for 3 years, you know, and it just came to a stop. Sudden. And I want him to be punished.
The little girl followed her older cousin, who was not aware that she was behind her. Now the 16-year-old struggles to come to terms with the death of her baby cousin.
She's struggling, and I'm seeing tendencies of her withdrawing, quiet, and I remember when we went to the graveside to mark a year since her passing. She actually left us standing there, and she went straight to the car and remained there quiet.
We are currently at the scene where little Delu Unalerona lost her life. It is said that the EMPD officer was coming from that direction at high speed. He drove and tried to avoid potholes before losing control of his vehicle, heading for that pavement where little Delu was waiting for her cousin. After knocking Delu off, the officer continued driving towards that direction, knocking over another pedestrian. Delu was not the only victim who was hit. Karabo Mokoena was also knocked but managed to survive.
So
I was on my way to the Chris Hani Mall. The Metro Police van was speeding. The road has potholes, so the officer did not slow down. Instead, he tried to avoid the potholes. That's when he knocked over the girl, then knocked over me.
Every day I decided to baleke the potholes. Ayotshayisa umntwana la bekame khona. Mayithi buya kahle endleleni. Yatshayisa mina ene mina benguphi. Hamba ngapha ku pavement.
The cop who was suspended has since been reinstated to work since the accident. However, legal experts say this was an internal decision made, making it difficult for external forces to intervene.
Okay, but when it comes to the EMPD's decision, we must understand that this is an internal decision. It's a labor decision taken by the EMPD with regards to disciplining one of its staff. It's very difficult for an external party to actually intervene with an internal process in terms of appealing that particular decision. However, if or should they actually report this particular matter to IPID, which is in charge of investigating matters like this, together with corruption matters against the police or municipal policing services, the best option is to wait for a recommendation from IPID to see if it is possible, if they make a disciplinary recommendation, because that disciplinary recommendation will then be taken up by the provincial or the national commissioner, which will then obviously take that particular matter further. So at this particular point in time, I think it is difficult to intervene internally, rather let IPID, which is the independent body, actually make a recommendation and then take the matter further.
Now the EMPD says they followed the proper procedure and stand by their decision.
The accusations leveled against us are that we did not do anything. We did something, we did our part, we dismissed him, but when he appealed to the bargaining council, what happened was the decision of the DC was rescinded and then he was reinstated. Now what is happening now is that we are waiting for the IPID, the criminal case. Departmentally, that's what we did our part, and the IPID is investigating the matter, and as soon as they've gathered all the evidence that they need to gather, it will be taken to court.
Special report reached out to the NPA, which said the matter was first presented on the 25th of November 2016. Instructions were given to the police to bring the family, and the matter was referred to the police liaison officer, who signed the docket for further investigations. It added, because the matter was sub judice, it could not comment any further. Memories are all the family have to hold on to remember their little girl. But now, all the family wants is justice for their Adelu, who would have been 5 this year. It has been a very long and painful journey for little Delu's family. However, this could all be coming to an end, as the NPA has confirmed that the EMPD officer will finally be appearing in court. Something that the mother describes as her prayers being answered. Will justice finally be served for Delu?